Alright, I'm going to talk about how the brain is shaped like a universe, something I've been thinking about for a couple years, when I just, for some reason, just thought about it when I was having this spurt of philosophies and guesses and just knowledge. Accessing ancient knowledge from somewhere, who knows. But the universe is shaped like the brain, and this may or may not have anything to do with Alzheimer's, but it's going to, because those of people who are working with Alzheimer's should understand this theory and should understand how understanding the brain this well and how it's shaped and how the functions may or may not work can help solve Alzheimer's. So I'm pushing their limits, if anything, by posting on YouTube. Who knows if they'll steal this idea or not, because this may or may not be a good idea. The universe, your brain, the internet, they're all shaped the same. Their neural networks fire the same. So we go from the original graph I showed you guys before, this stuff, and the vertices and what they do, which convert down to stuff like this, which convert into smaller shapes, which if you spin them, I talked about spinning in another video, you spin them right, you can kind of control things, I think. But your mind is 8-dimensional. 8-dimensional. So if your mind is shaped like the universe, then that means the universe is 8-dimensional, and that means a lot of things as far as math. It means belief in a ton of things, including other beings and everything like that, to be perfectly honest with you. So the theory is you build a graph, you use the vertices and the neurons, you convert it into data, and you study it. So this is just some science thing. This has nothing to do with Alzheimer's. But then the interesting part is how your brain is brain, universe. The same. It's all the same. Everything is the same, from biggest to smallest. And it has to do with sacred geometry too. I haven't talked a ton about that, but it's just about shapes. And they just interconnect. And so does the internet. That's the internet. Then I have some cool pictures about how, there it is. There's your brain. There's the universe. We're just so connected with the universe. And that has to do with so many philosophies, people. The Gaia philosophies, shaman philosophies, Buddhism, Taoism, religion, just everything. Everything. Philosophies all over everywhere. This one shows how it breaks down even super small to how atoms form what looks to be, forget what they said that actually is. It's some sort of information hub at the smallest. And then another site says, oh, the universe grows like a giant brain. Okay. So what does this all mean? Okay, there's a smaller part of it. There's the molecules that we can probably manipulate and spin. Look at this one. Shaped a little different. That is cool. When you get down to it, all of the stuff is shaped different. And if you spin, if they're spinning a certain way, it makes them do certain things. So somebody is going to be able to manipulate that soon. And if it does clear the brain and the synapses, that would be cool for Alzheimer's. So there it is. There's kind of a brain attached to a computer. So a computer brain, that's basically what it is. The computer is a brain. And then look at the structures. Come in better. There's another structure and graphing and sort of just cool little things that I recommend you study, you look at, you have your kids look at, you just have them look at it. And it's just cool to look at. And then if you want to read about it and stuff, I guess, You can. Causal diagnostic triangulate. Holography, so holograms, things like that. Imagining drawing a closed surface structure in a network, so they're just imagining. This suggests that gravity on a microscopic scale is just an average of the behavior of some still unknown something of atoms of space-time. Okay, so they're saying, oh, gravity has something to do with it. So this gets super complicated, super fast, but it's cool just to look at. Have your kids look at it, because if indeed we did come from somewhere else, okay, it's possible. Just imagine. Just imagine. We may know this already. Space-time, something, something. Here's another cool. It's got equations, it's got the brain, it's got the universe. There's your brain. Not on crack, but on a computer. So and then there's computers within computers. And then that's forms a huge network of computers. And eventually kind of goes in through us. We are going to be, maybe, linked to computers at some point. I definitely think there won't be Alzheimer's at that point. And there's inside all of it. Inside a computer network's brain. And that'll be it for tonight, for today. So, shapes, again. I'll keep coming back to certain things. Shapes, spinning them. I don't have anything around I can show you, but I've looked at higher dimensional rotating shapes and realized that those shapes make up the structure of the brain, make up the structure of the universe, and then you can just whatever, but give it a try. And look at spinning shapes. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I do believe that if you show your kids, they're going to get much smarter, much quicker, much faster. This is the kids that I've been showing it to have. And they understand all this stuff because it's so simple and easy. Yep. There you go.